What is going on?
Everybody,
it's us, Florida with 5.
made her do the intro this time.
Did I do it? Did I do it just like you?
You did good.
Okay, good. Today we are going to talk to you guys about all the highs and lows of moving away from your, no, that's not what we're doing.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're doing. Today we are going to talk to you guys about the one hardest part about uprooting your life where you are right now and coming down here to the Sunshine State. And coming down to the Sunshine. Okay.
You doing this again. I feel like we've been here before. Hang on. Flashback.
Because you're in the sunshine. Oh my God.
Say it.
You're in the sunshine.
You're in the sunshine.
You are in the sunshine. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Just keep it going. You are in the sunshine. Hold on.
This is awesome.
About coming down here to the Sunshine State. But don't you worry, because if you stick around long enough, we will give you ways to cope with it.
Yes, we will. If you're new here, we're a family who uprooted our lives in February of 2019 from Wisconsin and chose to move to Florida.
We make all sorts of videos about moving to Florida
and all the fun things you can do once you get here.
So make sure you subscribe down below.
Make sure you hit that bell
So you don't miss any of our uploads.
or
when we go live to answer your questions.
That's right. Let's get into it.
Right now.
Sunshine, blue skies, it's a state of mind that we came to find. I'm talking about palm trees, we're making memories. I don't wanna leave this sunshine state of mind.
Now, before we get into anything, Lindsay, let's talk about what you're wearing.
Let's talk about how cold our house is.
It's at 74, I think. It's not that cold.
Okay, but when I go outside, I take it off. When I come
Outside
back-
is like 96 right now.
Yep, and then when I come back in, I put it on.
Okay. So you're saying it's an inside thing?
It's just it's like house shoes.
Oh, really? Should we roll the tape from last night when we did a live and you're outside in a sweatshirt?
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
Let's get into the video. So today we told you we were going to talk to you about the hardest part of uprooting your whole life and moving it to Florida. And that hardest part is leaving your family behind.
You guys, but it's so much more than that. It's like leaving my entire childhood behind me.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So for those of you who don't know, Eric is from Wisconsin Rapids, and where we resided before we moved to Florida was my hometown of Kimberly, Wisconsin. My whole life and all my memories and just everything are in that small little town.
And Kimberly became my town as well because we bought a house there. We started a family there. We raised that family for 9 years before we moved here to Florida. So it was hard for me to leave that town as well because it felt like home to me too.
So what we're trying to say to you is it's not just your family and your friends you're leaving behind. It's an entire community. It's all your memories. It's everything you know.
So we understand that everybody comes from a different place. Some of you and some of our viewers actually came to us and said, actually, I'm okay with leaving my family because I don't like them.
Right.
We've had people that say, I'm actually moving to Florida to be closer to family.
Right.
And we have the majority of our people who say, I'm leaving my family behind and starting a new life in Florida. I would say that's the majority, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So lots of you, your biggest concern is, how are we going to deal with not seeing my mom and dad or grandma and grandpa who are right down the street and have been my entire life? That, I know for a fact for you, is the hardest thing that you are still dealing with.
It's super hard, but I do want to add something that you had said, because even for those who are moving to get away from family, there's something that you're going to miss out on too. And that's the comfortability of your community and your town and, you know, something that you're always used to. So you're going to have to get used to a whole new area, finding your favorite diners.
Finding different sports leagues for your kids, because where we came from, it was a very tight-knit league and a great program. And we're like, how the heck are we going to replace that moving to Florida? Well, it took us a year, but then we did find that. You got to be willing to put in the work and understanding that it's not all going to be handed to you when you get here.
You got to want this. So it's going to be up to you on how you're gonna travel down this journey. You're either gonna let yourself continue to go down, or you're gonna be like, nope, and level.
I'm making Florida my home.
Exactly.
I'm going to find these things. I'm going to get my kids in the school they should be in. I'm going to find the sports programs. I'm going to find karate class. I'm going to make friends. All that stuff. It's all stuff that you have to be committed to and know the right places to look. So this is a perfect place to plug our Facebook group.
Yes.
Let's move to Florida, a group by Florida with 5. Link will be down in the description, and that is a great resource, not just for all your moving to Florida information, all the stuff that we give you here, but also you can ask people specific questions on specific areas. Hey guys, what's the best elementary school in Davenport, Florida? And you'll get tons of answers and tons of feedback from tons of great people that are already living there or have been doing the research themselves.
And just extra support. Our group is awesome, and we have a great group of people in there that we all want the same thing. So it's just come check us out.
So at the beginning of the video, we promised you that we would not only tell you the hardest part about moving to Florida, but also ways to cope with it. So Lindsay, how are you gonna cope with moving away from your family?
So with my experience, I struggled for a good probably 6 to 8 months when we first got here. And a lot of my stuff was based around that I missed my life. I missed my family, teachers, just the gamut of things. And looking back now and can reflect on how I was 6, 8 months ago, one thing kind of stands out to me, and that was my attitude. I did not give Florida and the people, I just didn't give anything a chance. It was nothing like what I was used to.
To be clear, Lindsay was gung-ho on moving here, just as much as I was. But upon getting here, she started missing her family, and that's what she's talking about. She's not saying that I wanted to move to Florida and she didn't.
No, I very much. It was a family decision. The kids were involved. It's just, I got here, and I'm going to be honest with you. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, you know, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. I didn't prepare myself. I knew that it was going to be hard.
Everything, guys. You're literally starting over. It's finding new doctors, finding new dentists, finding a new job, finding a new school, finding new programs, all that stuff.
And
new
I
house.
think too, it added an extra stressor onto us because I have pre-existing illnesses. So it's not like I'm just coming down here trying to find, you know, just one doctor or whatever. I had to find cardiologists, pulmonologists. So it was, and I had great ones back home. And I really got in a dark place in the sense of like, this will never be home. You know, and then I turned it around and I turned my attitude and I gave it everything that I have, and Florida's home. It's home. Wisconsin is always going to be a huge piece of my heart. My whole family's back there, but Florida is my home.
So what you're saying isn't necessarily like a coping mechanism, but it's just to help the process be much easier, you need to really give Florida your all.
You have to.
And put everything into it, put everything that you have into making Florida work. So along with putting your absolute all into Florida, make sure you're doing things like FaceTime.
Yes.
Or now Zoom has become big because you can get more than one person on a call at a time, just like we did, right?
Yep. For Easter this year, we had most of our extended family.
This was right after the quarantine had started, so usually your grandma has a big get-together for Easter as well as
pass the phone around.
Right, and now this year, nobody was there.
Yes.
So everybody joined during Zoom, and it was actually, it worked out pretty good. It was like we were just sitting there conversing. So make sure you're using Zoom, along with plan one trip every year back home. Hopefully, you know, it's not too expensive for you to get back there. You know, if you have family there, it's nice because you could ask to stay with them, drive there, save expenses. You know, just make sure you get there, because that's not only going to help with seeing family face to face, it's going to help with that connection you have with your old town. Ask some of your family members if they wouldn't mind making a trip down to Florida to visit you. If you come from a northern state, most likely people are going to be okay with making a trip down to Florida, especially if you have the extra space so that they can save money and stay with you. One more thing that we've found kind of helps our kids keep that emotional connection with family back home, as well as for us, is to send small packages back to loved ones where we came from, and for them to send small packages back to us. It doesn't have to be lavish gifts or money or anything like that. Some of it even was as simple as when this whole pandemic started, your aunt sewing face masks for the kids and sending them to us. That stuff means so much. And it really helps with that emotional connection that you still have with the loved ones back home.
I still send grandparents just little art
projects. Right.
Yep. So guys, I want to add one more thing that I was just thinking about. It's something that I do with my family, and it's group texts. And let me tell you, it makes you feel like you're not missing anything. Like there's no FOMO or anything like that, because you feel like you're, even though you're not there with them, and maybe they're going to do different get-togethers, but it's always feeling like I'm a part of it. Even though I can't go, I know what's going on.
And especially you with your sisters. You know, you have that, and you're sending pictures of what our kids are doing today. They're sending pictures of their kids. So you're keeping up on it. And although it is different to watch people grow up through pictures, at least you're seeing it. You know, you're seeing it happen with your eyes.
I send pictures daily. I try to do it daily to all the grandparents. Just even in text, I just say, look at Sully today, or look at Lucy. And it just does my heart good.
And lastly, guys, one of the most important things that you can do to help with the pain that's going to be caused from you missing family and make you feel like Florida is your community now is to get out there.
Get involved.
Get out there. Get involved in the community. What did we do? We signed up to be coaches of Little League. And you know what that does? It makes parents come to you. You're meeting people, making relationships, and feeling like you're really part of the community. And that definitely helped us.
Once I stepped out of my comfort zone when I was really struggling and we signed up to do Little League, everything falls into place. You guys, once you start putting these steps into motion, everything is gonna fall into place, and it's gonna be easier to continue to make more and more steps. And I mean, doing something as simple as getting involved in a whatever community, whether it's a Davenport group or what have you, even things like they're always posting, you know, Christmas parade here, this here, carolers here.
You'll understand what's going on in the community, and it's important to get out there and experience it, because just like your community back home that had all these little special events, the lighting of the Christmas tree, you're gonna find those events here in Florida, but you gotta know where to put yourself to know about those events. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for you today. We hope that you found some ways to cope with missing your family and everything that you're going to be missing from back home. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.